Hello everyone, let's say the Buddha's name 3 times in Vietnamese. Nam mô Phật Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni. Nam mô Phật Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni. Nam mô Phật Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni. Nam mô Phật Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni. Welcome everyone. It's good to have you guys with me on another beautiful day. It's a Thursday. It's been a little while, hasn't it? I miss you guys a lot. Sorry for the long wait. It's been quite busy here, and the building, we're still constructing it, and it's still on the process of construction. And so every day there's a lot of people coming in and out and doing the construction work, building the floor plan and doing the walls. There's just a lot of noise, and we live right by a street, and now dog is here. Every single time I do these videos, the dogs can hear. Be good. Yeah, every time I do these videos, apparently they can hear my voice out, and they remember this exact spot that I'm doing these videos. The dogs are very intelligent. Dogs are, man's best friend. They remember the time. They don't even need time. In actuality, humans, we don't even need time. The clock, the sun is our time. Whenever, the sunrise, that's around, morning. We can work away around time, but it's just better to be precise. So we get watches, we have clocks, so that we can meet each other places and stuff. So it's pretty helpful, but it doesn't mean that we can't work without time. It's just funny that we're talking about time now, because dogs, they don't need time, but they know exactly when to come home, when to eat. It's a routine. It becomes a habit, and they remember that specific time and place that they need to go. So whenever I look at the time around, in the evening, roughly about 5 or 6, we would do these short walking meditations, and the dogs would come to my room, and they would bark, and they would lay there, wait for me patiently to come out. And everything, at first I didn't really notice that, because it might be pure coincidence, that they would just be sitting in front of my door, in front of my room, waiting for, or just resting, And so as I go use the bathroom, and they're following me right behind me, and they would, be eager to follow me and waiting for me to, go places. And they would follow me all around. And as time goes by, I remember, okay, usually this time, I would take them on a short walk of some sort. So they remember. So one time I do these videos pretty often now. I change up the location so that they don't mess up the video, because they do that a lot. They don't know that I'm using the technology to record myself and to upload it to the internet, so that you guys can watch and view and learn. And so they remember, and they can hear my voice. Their ears, their hearing scent, their scent is very, very keen, and they're very smart. They can use their senses a lot better than ours. They've been busy, going chasing rabbits and doing hunting and all those fun activities that animals like to do. That's like a game for them. They like and they enjoy, you know, eating vegetarian food and stuff, but they also enjoy and love to do scavenger hunts, and it's like a hide and go seek game for them. And so, I mean, that's what happens when when you don't teach them not to do that. But I'm slowly teaching them. I'm slowly training them to walk with me, and whenever they hear a sound, usually they would go straight, really fast, really quick towards the sound, so that they can attack or find the prey. Right now, I see a black bug with 6 legs on the other side of the curb, and I wonder if it's a spider, because if that is a spider, that's a big one. It's a big black spider. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of construction going on here at Daidang Monastery, and so uploads and all these uploads may be delayed, and I apologize. I do miss you guys a lot. Last week I saw a huge bee the size of my hand. My hand is pretty big, like, it covers most of my face. And I saw a bee that's this long. That is at least that long. Massive. And I tried to follow it, and it went to a olive tree, but I couldn't go any further close to it because it had crossed into another person's property, and so I had to I couldn't go in there. Unfortunately. Otherwise, I would try to catch it. When I was younger, I used to live in Eagan, Minnesota. And in the summer, there would be a lot of bugs. I used to live right next to a forest. Like a forest. But yeah, and there's a lot of flowers, and so there would be a lot of bumblebees, and people would tell me, stay away from bumblebees. And I mean, big bumblebees, those fat bumblebees, they're nice. They don't sting you much at all, unless you're mean to it. But I would catch them. I would catch them by hand, using my fingers. I would, catch them by catching their wings, grabbing their wings, and I would watch them. But and then at one time I put them into a jar. So that they can be my pets. But I forget that I wouldn't know. At that time, I didn't know that you would have to feed them. But bees, they die so quick. They pass away. Their lifespan is so short. And so, once I put them in a jar, I would catch a few. I would catch like 5, 6, quite a bit. But I only did that one time because I felt like, it's too sad to watch them die. Anyways, yeah, bees are beautiful, and I like to catch them. They're cool. So I hope that everyone's doing okay at home. I hope that you all are being able to be more mindful, doing more work at home with your family. Getting in touch with them and being more mindful, having fun and talking, learning about your family members and your and your brothers and sisters, your friends. You know, sometimes I get, it's pretty hard talking about death and the end of time, but it's a normal thing. We gotta be okay with things that come to an end. It's just a part of life, and it's hard to have to let go, but we have to realize that things do end and we must let go. And so it's very important to appreciate the things that we have, build gratitude to those who we still have, to what we have. And your parents are here. There's some people who don't have parents, who don't have people they care and love for. And so while we still have our parents, we should talk to them, we should get to know them, and forget about all the hardships that has happened. Share my videos with them. Maybe they can learn a few things. These videos are meant for everyone, and so anyone can learn from them, right? And I learn from animals, I learn from plant life, I learn from anything and everything that is happening. Not just my brothers, not just the monks here, my monk brothers, or my sifu, but everything that occurs into my life, all the obstacles, I view them with such precision and appreciation, because these are very important things that have been attracting into my life. Your life is a split mirror of what is going on in the inside. So anything that is happening on the outside is a reflection of who you are in the inside. It's crazy to think, but just think about it. Once that person is not here, once they're no more, their consciousness is somewhere else now. They're not here in this world. But think about it. This person, if you ever notice, a person who has died, no longer can move their body. Just a moment ago, they're able to sing, laugh, enjoy, have fun. And the next thing you know, once they die, they can't use their hands, they can't use their ears to hear things, they can't use their mouth to talk, they can't taste anything, they can't see. Their eyes may be wide open, and their mouth may be wide open, but they can't use any of their 6 senses, their 5 senses. And also their mind is no longer here, because their consciousness is elsewhere. They have moved on. Once your breath is gone, you can't breathe anymore. And then it's over. You're on to the next phase of your journey. And so once we think about it like that, we appreciate it more. Having gratitude of the life that you're living and everything that you have in your life. Things don't happen out of nowhere. Everything that you have in your life was built from the past experience, all the past lives that you've had, and also how you continue to stay aware of them, and how you accumulate the love, how you're attracting the love in your life. All the things that you are thinking about and trying to achieve. These are the things that are being attracted to you. And so it's very important to understand and know that everything that has happened in your life was from you. You're the one who wanted it. You're the one who had created it. And there are little things like your family who have given you things, like there's people who grew up in a very wealthy home, and there's people who grew up in a poor living place, and so these are all the things that your past lives has been, continued on into this life. And so, but it's so cool, isn't it? To think about it in that way. And so we must continue to live happily no matter what the obstacles are. And this week I had a challenge. Well, there's been a lot of challenges and very unique, outstanding obstacles that has built my sense of awareness that I will share with you in this video. So during this week, big issue has been arising because the epidemic is continuing to skyrocket. There's a lot of things that are very chaotic right now happening in the world, and the virus is not slowing down. Perhaps it's slowing down a little bit, but the vaccine is still being processed, and there's no vaccine, no medication to cure this disease. And as much as I'm a strong believer that we don't need anything to cure this beautiful body that we have, and that we can just continue to eat healthy, mindfully, and eat those very positive those fruits and greens, that has positive electrons in them, and so we can use it. They have a pH level of +3 or something. Those are the kinds of food, high plus value, and so these are the things that it is very pure food that we can intake, and it can help us dramatically. So I believe in that, but one thing is that I haven't tried it yet. But I do firmly believe in it, and I know it's possible. This is just my strong intuition. But here at Daidang, we are vegetarian. We are not vegan, and so. But the main reason is that we don't try to make things more difficult. We are just trying to bring more, whatever it is that is coming to us, whether that's vegan food or vegetarian food. We don't try to limit. We don't try to make the limitations too broad that people have a hard time in giving us the right material, right food. But it's the intention behind it all. Each time that we eat, no matter what it is, we pray. We pray for the purification of the food, and to thank all those who have given us the opportunity to present this meal in front of us, and so that each time we eat, we are more mindful and more aware of where this food is coming from and how it has gone in our presence to ingest, and to build more energy in order to do all those activities that we must do, and to meditate and to read and to be mindful. All these important things are all from this source of food that we get to intake. And so we have a very strong ceremony before we eat, and so we pray for all the animals, all the we are vegans, but there might be animal products in our food. But we pray for it. We pray for everything. We pray for all animals, all those that are have been contributing into this. And so it purifies the food, and purifies our mind, and when we stay mindful when we're eating, then we continue to do that as the food digests inside, and then we do our activities, and that's that. So as you know, the epidemic is skyrocketing. The epidemic, this is only the first phase of the initial epidemic. We're not even on to the second phase, and so it's serious. It has always been serious. I mean, I don't, deep down inside, I know that everything is going to be okay, but we can't be so careless to be careless like this, and so we must close the gate. Unfortunately, I want to see everyone, but as monks, we have secluded ourselves, and so that our practice is more in tune with reality, in tune with the present moment, into the infinite present moment that's ever changing, that's always happening, that is here, right now. But at the same time, we must realize that we are at stake. We are not doing our job if we do let people come and spread this disease. When they start coming, they have to get gas. They have to make food for us. They have to do all these things in order to, they don't have to, but a lot of times they feel the need to do a lot of these activities, making food, and when you're on the process of coming here, you might have to get gas, you might have to go buy clothes, go buy groceries, go do all these activities, and all these activities increase the chances of infection, increases the virus to be attracted. And so this is not healthy. This might not be the best solution. We can provide ourselves with the food, maybe. We eat a lot of greens, lettuce, and a lot of these greens, and lots of stuff here. But all I want to do, all I'm trying to do, all that we are trying to do is minimize exposure, minimize the activity that comes here at Haidang. And so we have recently reopened it, and it took me a while, but it took me a while to build the confidence to stand up in front of the whole Sangha and let them know exactly what's going on. Usually my intuition and my manifestation doesn't need my action to be spoken about. I just continue to envision the outcome, the perfect outcome that needs to happen, and it becomes reality. A lot of it has, I've manifested probably 4 or 5, 6 events since I've been here, and even before I came here. The reality, what I manifest, has become reality a lot of times already. And so, that day I prepared myself a little, and the whole night I was thinking about how should I prepare it. And I said it so well, but during the time when I presented it, it doesn't always come out right. And because you must understand, I speak more English than Vietnamese, and this is a Vietnamese monastery. And so when I was presenting, I had a lot of hiccups, a lot of failed communication because it was in Vietnamese, but the main thing is that I build awareness of what's happening, and that I try my best, and I will continue to try better. This is my main objective, and I'm confident that everything is going to get better. All these obstacles will make me so much better than how I was originally started, how it all originally started. In the beginning, I wasn't good at these Buddhist terminology at all. So as time goes by, I continue to learn, and I learn more and more each time, and it's slowly getting better. But it's your intention, and it's the place of thought, the goal, the end goal, and the end result that you have envisioned yourself that creates this reality, this future reality to come and be alive. And so I would stand up and I would say to the Sangha, all the events, everything that's happening in this world, this epidemic has been the most deadliest since the history of time, that has affected the whole entire world, not just the U.S. And so it's something so big, and yet there's been other issues, Black Lives Matter, and 4th of July, all these events that has brought people together more and more, and this has also increased the vulnerability of the virus being spread. And I'm not afraid of death. I mean, there's nothing to be afraid about when it's a part of life. I've died a few times, probably 6 or 7 times. My heart has beat irregularly, where the defibrillator would have to shock me so that I can get back to my senses, so that my heart can reset into its normal heart beating rhythm. And so I'm far too familiar with my heart stopping and time stopping and everything stopping. I'm not afraid of it. The more you are afraid of it, the more vulnerable you'll be, and you don't want to be completely vulnerable and scared and worrisome. This is not gonna help you. You must live your life to the fullest, not being scared of any obstacles, not being scared of anything that is trying to worry you. And so I stood up. I got rejected. People say, no, we need the temple to stay open so that we can help the people. People must come here, and there's a lot of things that must happen. We need the people, and the people need us. It's not healthy, and I completely understand this, but everyone is old here. Everyone is 50s and up, and I'm the youngest, and I have a heart condition. A lot of the brothers here who we have sicknesses. Right now the abbot is not feeling well also, and so we must protect the abbot, the one who has given us the key, who has given us the right road, the right everything, in order for us to stay healthy and train our mind. But look, before I presented, that night I had already knew that there might be, I had a feeling that something not good might happen. Like I had a intuition feeling that, it's not gonna go well, but I must do what I must do. I must present still what I must present. But I also, in the back of my mind, I knew that it will work. Even though it's gonna fail, but it's still gonna work for sure. And guess what? It worked. You see, it ended up working perfectly. Well, I was unsure whether it was from what I said, but the abbot, during that day, I don't know if he must have heard from other people's commotion, and or if he had remembered what I had told him a few weeks prior to the talk, the like the announcement that I made that day. But you know, at the end of the day, it turned out perfect. And after the announcement, be good. After the announcement I made, after the communication that I had made, I said, everyone would look at me funny, saying, wow, my speech is not the best. You know, how I communicate in Vietnamese is not as detailed as it needs to be, or it should be, so that people can understand, they can fully grasp what it is that I'm trying to say. And it's true, I know this. I know that my Vietnamese is not the best. I know that I wouldn't be able to articulate exactly precision in the most detailed way, so that people can understand really what I'm trying to say. But you know, I'm not gonna give up. And after that, it gave me more confidence to work on myself even more. And I remember I would I would do laundry and stuff, and one of the brothers say, you know, there's no point. No. There's no point in talking about certain issues here, you know, because and also, you know, you won't be able to communicate effectively. If you want, you can say it in English, and somebody will translate it for you. You know, it might be better. And right, I mean, he has a point. I can do that, but I'm not going to be able to fulfill it on my own. I want to do it on my own. I must be able to transform my life, transform my speech. And he doesn't know that I'm already manifesting this in my mind before my speech, before, you know, I've already done this. But also I knew that the governor had already issued the fact that all worshiping places must be closed. And so, either way, at the end of the gathering, the end of the what I had announced that day, I would also let them know that either way, we're going to be closing this down within a day or two. So I let them know that this is actually going to be happening within a day or two. So, and that's exactly what happened. The very next day, Sifu had gave the announcement, the order to close down the gate, so that no more people can come in, at least the public, and that so that we can be more effective, train harder than ever. And you know, there's other ways to bring about love and compassion to the world. You know, there's ways that we can still help. There's ways that we can still help those understand the true Dharma. And the true Dharma doesn't need people to come here. You know, the true Dharma is transforming the inside, all the thought forms, all of deceptive mind, the mind thoughts, all those things that is causing chaos inside. And once we start noticing that, our lives, our mind will transform. The key to manifestation is to already envision what it is that you want, and to act as if you already have it. And once you firmly believe that you've already have what you got, it becomes the reality. And so usually when you wake up in the morning, we usually think about the past, and then we continue to be attached to all the things that has happened negatively. We think about that specific thing more so than what we want to change, what we need to change, or what we want to change. We tend to think about what has been wrong and why we hate being wrong, and what other people have said about it to make us feel bad and stuff. And so this is a continuation of attracting negative thoughts. So this cannot do us any good. It can only attract more negative thoughts, more negative attractions. And so when you're thinking about this, your mind will confirm these negative thoughts. Like, okay, so you're thinking about this. Because we live in a world of attraction, when you're continuously thinking about what has happened, that's the reality that you're living. And so you are living your past reality. You're not living your future reality. And in order to do that, so you want to have a car, you must envision yourself driving the car. What does that feel? How happy would you be when you get a chance to have that Mercedes-Benz? Or what would it feel like when you get to hold it? How happy would you feel? How would this make other people feel? How would you feel? Would you feel accomplished? All these feelings, all these positive thoughts, and it will come to you, But you must continue to be progressive. You must continue to think about it, continue to manifest it, envision it. Okay, so you can envision yourself paying money to the dealership, the money that you didn't have before, but you're continuing to manifest it and making that reality come true. And it doesn't matter how, but the only thing matters is that it's gonna happen, or it is happening. And so follow these rules, follow these techniques, and you will see transformation. You will see unbelievable things happen in your life. I've done this many times, and it's amazing. All right, the dogs are barking.